वो कहते हैं कि उसूलों पे आँच आए तो टकराना जरूरी है, अगर जिंदा हो तो जिंदा दिखलाना जरूरी है. Namaskar and Jai Hind aspirants. Welcome to the Niran Batch education. My name is Dinesh Nandurpare. So aspirants, I started my today's lecture with a famous quote. This quote is very relevant for today's topic. Why? Because some action are needed to be taken here. Recently, on the 22nd April 2025, a barbaric terrorist attack was made in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir, where at least 28 people were killed, or we can say targeted killing of the 28 Hindus were made by the some terrorists who came from the our spoiled neighbor Pakistan in India. So there was a huge anger throughout the India that we should take some action, some stern actions, and we should deal the issue with the iron hand policy, correct? So in the line, Government of India take a bold decision in 23rd April 2025 that Government of India suspend the Indus Water Treaty. Aspirant, being a civil servant, being an aspirant in the civil service examination, this issue is very important for us. Indus Water Treaty. Now, what is this Indus Water Treaty? That Indus Water Treaty is a treaty between the India and Pakistan, was signed in 1960 with the help of World Bank, which shares the water between India and Pakistan. Water from the Indus River system between India and Pakistan. Since then, India was following the treaty. India was following its principles. Since then, many battles fought between the India and Pakistan, be it the battle of war of 1965, be it the war of 1971, be it the war of 1998. India followed the treaty, but not this time. Government of India take a very strong decision to suspend the Indus Water Treaty in the wake of Pahalgam terrorist attack made by the terrorist sponsored by the Pakistan in this time. So guys, in today's lecture we are going to deal with the issue what is Indus Water Treaty. We will look its background, we will look its features, and we will look into its impact. Understood? So let's start the issue. So what is the issue? For those students who are unaware about the background of the topic, is that on the 22nd April 2025, tourists were attacked by the terrorists came from the Pakistan, and they made a targeted killing of the Hindus. They asked questions about the religion and they killed the Hindus. So this event disturbed the whole country. This event disturbed the peace into the India. Hence, in a response, Government of India on the 23rd April 2025 suspend the Indus Water Treaty. Now, before moving on, there is a notification for you that Niran Batch Education Pune have come up with a batch called as Niran Batch. Now, this batch is available for MPSC and UPSC aspirants, and this batch is also available for integrated 1 year integrated duration and the 3 year basic foundation batch. For more details of this batch, stay tuned. At the end of this session, I will going to explain you the detailed features of this batch. All right. So before diving into the topic, let's talk about the background of the issue. What is the Indus Water Treaty? When was it formulated? And in what condition it was formulated? So the whole story started with the independence of India. 1947, India got its independence. But in 1947, not only India, but the Pakistan also got its independence. Muhammad Ali Jinnah proposed two-nation theory. What is that two-nation theory? That in a single country called as India, there are two nations. One is Hindu nation, another is Muslim nation. And for the Muslim community into the India, undivided India, they demanded a separate country called as Pakistan. They fight for it, and hence in 1947, India and Pakistan got partition. But with the partition, a new type of problem was started. Partition was not the end of the problem, but it was the beginning of the many issues. India, after 75 years of this independence, also suffering through those issues. One of the issue is the border dispute. Another issue is the water dispute at the borders at that time. Okay. So when India and Pakistan got partition, so India and Pakistan got partition on the western front, dividing the Punjab region. So Punjab was divided into the western and the eastern Punjab. Western Punjab went to the Pakistan, while the eastern Punjab remained in India at that time. Now, when India and Pakistan got partition, so here is the border between India and Pakistan. I will draw it for you. India and Pakistan, this red line is the border. When India and Pakistan got divided in 1947, you can see the Indus river system also got divided in these two parts. This is called as downstream of Indus river system, and this is upstream of Indus river system. What do you mean by this? Indus river system constitutes 6 rivers majorly originated in the Himalayan regions. Now they flow from India to the Pakistan through Jammu and Kashmir region, particularly Jammu and Kashmir, then Punjab region. So when they flow from India to the Pakistan, the downside of the river system is called as downstream. That means the water is flowing from India to the Pakistan, and the upper region is called as upstream. Hence, after the partition, there was a confusion between India and Pakistan over the uses of this water. Because when British left India, they did not divide the water between India and Pakistan. They left the issue untouched. Hence, after the independence, there was a clashes between India and Pakistan over the use of this Indus water. Hence, issue need to be resolved. Correct? So, after the boundary issue, the conflict starts between India and Pakistan over the distribution of the ocean of the Indus river system water. Hence, after the lot of effort, with the help of the World Bank was known as IBRD at then. IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So, with the help of World Bank, that is World Bank act as a mediation between India and Pakistan, a treaty was signed between India and Pakistan in 1960, and that treaty is called as Indus Water Treaty. So after the lot of negotiation between India and Pakistan government, when the solution was not arriving, with the help of the third party called as World Bank, we arrive at a solution, and that solution is basically an agreement which was signed in Karachi, Pakistan then. The agreement is also known as Indus Water Treaty. Now, what is this treaty? The treaty was signed between the Muhammad Ayub Khan of the Pakistan and the then Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, which was enforced on the 1st of April 1960. तर 1960 1 एप्रिल 1960 ला इंडस वॉटर ट्रीटी ही इम्प्लिमेंट करण्यात आलेली होती. इंडस वॉटर ट्रीटी भारताचे पंतप्रधान जवाहरलाल नेहरू आणि त्यावेळेचे पाकिस्तानचे अध्यक्ष मोहम्मद अयूब खान यांनी कराचीमध्ये बसून साइन केली होती वर्ल्ड बँकच्या मध्यस्थीने. सो गाइज, we have to understand this thing that India and Pakistan when signed the Indus Water Treaty, since then World Bank act as a mediator between India and Pakistan. Understood? So this is the background of Indus Water Treaty. Since then India and Pakistan was honoring the Indus Water Treaty in its true essence. Since 1960, India and Pakistan go through rough patches many times, not single, once or twice, many times they go through very rough patches, be it is in the 1965 war, be it is in the 1971 war, then 1998 war between India and Pakistan, and many small and big issues. But never ever India was willing to overstep this agreement. But now this time India dares to suspend this Indus Water Treaty. Why? Because India have a strong position against the terrorism. India is constantly saying that peace talk and terrorism cannot go hand in hand. You expect us to have a peace talk to resolve issues through negotiation, but at the same time you are offering us terrorist activities. Hence, India stop responding, and hence Indian government take a firm stand to suspend the Indus Water Treaty. भारत आणि पाकिस्तान यांच्या चिघळत्या संघर्षामध्ये भारत सरकारने ह्यावेळेस एक बोल्ड स्टेप उचलला आणि म्हटले की इंडस वॉटर ट्रीटीला आपण सस्पेंड केलेलं आहे. Please remember this thing, Government of India suspended the Indus Water Treaty. It did not terminate. That means it can be restarted again if the Pakistan comes to the terms and condition with the India. That's the clear message by the Government of India to the Pakistan. But it have a different repercussions. Even Pakistan retaliated against the suspension of this Indus Water Treaty. But before entering into the matters of the Indus Water Treaty, let us understand what do you mean by the Indus River system. Now, Indus River system is one of the biggest river system in India. Particularly, it is located into the northwest part of the India. Now, this is Punjab region. This is Jammu and Kashmir region. This is Himachal Pradesh region. This is Pakistan. You can see here, this is Pakistan. So this is the northwest frontier of the Indian side. Now, the river which originated in China travel from India to Pakistan and end into the Arabian Sea. Now, the Indus River system constitute 6 different rivers. It is not one river, it's a system. It constitutes 6 different rivers. The Indus River is also known as Sindhu in India. Traditionally, we called it as Sindhu. The Greek historians called it as Indus, but traditionally we called it as Sindhu. So, Indus River system constitutes 6 different rivers. The important mainstream is called as Sindhu or Indus, which originate in Kailas range near Mansarovar. So, it is in China here. So, here is the Kailash mountain range of the Himalaya, where lake Mansarovar lake is very famous. Near the Mansarovar lake, Indus River was originate and it then traveled through Jammu and Kashmir and then enter into the Pakistan, and then it is ended into the Arabian Sea. So from its origin to its ultimate end, it traveled around 2880 kilometers. It is approximate range of the total, it is approximate length of the Indus River in India. Then another tributaries and the important tributaries of rivers Indus include Jhelum. Jhelum, which originate in Verinag, have a length of 720 kilometers. Now you can see here Jhelum river. Here is the Jhelum river. Then the third important tributary is Chenab. Chenab originate in Baralacha Pass, which travel around 1180 kilometers. So here is the Chenab river. Its total length is around 1180 kilometers. Then another tributaries of the Indus are Ravi. Ravi originate near Rohtang Pass, which have a total length of 725 kilometers. Then Beas is another tributary of the Indus river, which again originate near Rohtang Pass, which have a total length of 460 kilometers. And the last important tributary of the Indus river is Sutlej. Sutlej originate near Mansarovar lake, Rakshas lake. So again, see, here is the origin point. It is Indus, it is Sutlej river. So it originate in China, it enter into the India, crosses India through Punjab region, and then it enter into the Pakistan, and then in Pakistan it met with the Indus river. So Sutlej river, which have a total length of 1450 kilometers. Okay, so these are the 6 important rivers under the Indus river system. Now this Indus river system is very important. So there are likely chances that the MPSC or UPSC is likely to ask you question from this Indus river system. Okay, so it is the map of the Indus river system. Now the Indus Water Treaty is actually created to distribute the waters of these 6 rivers between India and Pakistan in 1960. Then what are the important features of this interwater system? So Indus Water Treaty have a 2 important aspects. One is water sharing, another is dispute resolution. So let's first talk about the water sharing. Now, what is the water sharing mechanism into the Indus Water Treaty (IWT)? So, in 1960, with the help of World Bank, India and Pakistan share the water between India and between India and Pakistan of the Indus River system. Now, the treaty divide the 6 rivers of the Indus River system into 2 parts: Eastern rivers and the Western rivers. Now, the eastern rivers constitute Ravi, Beas, Sutlej, and the western rivers constitute Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. So, you can see here 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 rivers. We can call them as a western rivers. Western rivers. Now, these 4, 5, and 6, these 3 rivers are called as the eastern rivers. Indus Water Treaty divide the 6 rivers of the Indus River system into the western and the eastern river system. So, western river constitute your Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. These 3 rivers forms the western rivers. Now, the water from the western river goes with the Pakistan. Water from the western rivers goes with the Pakistan. That means Pakistan have a authority to use this use the water from these rivers. In the same way, the waters from the eastern river system stays with India. That means India will have a sovereign right over the water of this river. Pakistan cannot object the use of waters from this river by the India. But Pakistan will have an objection for the use of water by the India on the western rivers water. So that's the division of and that's the sharing of water between India and Pakistan. So Indus Water Treaty divide the waters of Indus River system into the eastern and western rivers. Eastern rivers allocated to the India while western rivers allocated to the Pakistan. But that doesn't mean that waters of the western river cannot be used by the India. It is specifically said that India cannot use the water for its consumption. Majority of the water goes to the downstream region. That means to the Pakistan region. Almost 20% of the water can be used by the India for its local agriculture system and the power generation and such uses. But majority of the water, that is 80% of the water went to the Pakistan. So that's the water sharing mechanism proposed by the Indus Water Treaty and which was accepted by both India and the Pakistan. So this is the Indus Water Treaty's important part, that the water between India water of Indus River system is divided between India and Pakistan. Now, the another provision of the Indus water system is dispute settlement mechanism. Why? Because if the water is shared between India and Pakistan, then there might be issues. Yes, and there will be issues. Hence, to solve these issues, they propose a separate dispute solving mechanism. Now, in a dispute solving mechanism, they introduced Permanent Indus Commission. Now, what is this Permanent Indus Commission? It is very important body created under the Indus Water Treaty, which will have commissioners from India and Pakistan. That means 2 representatives, one from India, another is from Pakistan. Now, this commissioner will meet regularly and solve the issues by sharing data and having a negotiation. Now, that's the meaning of the Permanent Indus Commission. So, Indus Commission is created to share the data and to solve the issues through negotiation. Whatever it happen, there is a solution through negotiation. So, that's Permanent Indus Commission. Then they created a dispute resolution mechanism. Now, what is this dispute resolution mechanism? So, it have a 3 layers. Dispute resolution mechanism will have a 3 layers. At the first layer, they will have a Permanent Indus Commission, which we had discussed right now. So, the first layer of the dispute solving mechanism is Permanent Indus Commission. So, whatever the issue facing with Pakistan, India is facing with the Pakistan, can be solved through negotiation in the Permanent Indus Commission. But if the issue is not solved at the Permanent Indus Commission, then it is raised at the higher level, which is called as neutral expert. Particularly, it is World Bank driven expert. So, World Bank will intervene in this scenario, and World Bank will appoint a neutral expert. Neutral expert means which is not from the Pakistan and from the India. So World Bank will appoint a neutral expert, and now this neutral expert will try to resolve the issue. So the next level of dispute resolution is neutral expert. The first level is permanent Indus Commission, then another level is neutral expert. Let's imagine if the issue is not solved at the neutral expert level also, then the issue can be raised at the court of arbitration. Then the issue can be raised up to the court of arbitration. Now what do you mean by court of arbitration? That issue can be raised to the International Court of Justice, where the issue can be resolved. So this is the level of dispute resolution. So at the first level of dispute resolution, there is a permanent Indus Commission. Now if the issue is not solved at the commission, then it is raised to the expert. So there will be a neutral expert appointed by the World Bank intermediation. Now the neutral expert try to solve the issue between India and Pakistan regarding the water sharing or any other issue under the Indus Water Treaty. Now if the neutral expert is unable to solve the issue, then the issue can be raised to the International Court of Justice. That means the issue can be taken to the third party, just like an International Court of Justice. Now this is the mechanism they introduced under the Indus Water Treaty. Now there is another thing, is that project regulation. What do you mean by this? India having the authority to create a project over the western rivers for non-consumption purposes, India have to provide information of its projects to the Pakistan under the Indus Water Treaty. Let's say for example, India is trying to build a power project over the Kishan Ganga region. Then India have to share the detail of the power project to the Pakistan under the Indus Water Commission, so that under the Indus Water Treaty, so that the Pakistan can understand that India is not violating any rules and regulation of the treaty. And if Pakistan have any objection, they can raise the objection, and the objection can be solved under the dispute resolution, which we discuss at length right now. Okay, so the project information regarding the projects constructed on the western rivers by the India is shared to the Pakistan under the Indus Water Treaty. Now this is the mechanism. Now what is the legal framework for the Indus Water Treaty? It is also a very important thing. Up till now we discussed the different features of the Indus Water Treaty. Now what is the legal framework for it? First thing first, it is a permanent agreement. Indus Water Treaty is a permanent agreement. That means it is going on continuously. It does not come with an expiry date. है ना, कि 40 वर्षापर्यंत इंडस वॉटर ट्रीटी कंटिन्यू असेल, 50 वर्षापर्यंत कंटिन्यू असेल, असं काही नाहीये. So it is a permanent agreement. The treaty will continue forever. Please remember this thing. Now it's a permanent treaty between India and Pakistan, and it comes with no exit clause. What do you mean by this? Neither India nor Pakistan can terminate this treaty voluntarily. No, there is no such thing under the Indus Water Treaty. Now hence it is called as no exit clause. So India, Pakistan स्वतःच्या मर्जीनं ही ट्रीटी त्या ठिकाणीला टर्मिनेट नाही करू शकत, म्हणजे बंद नाही पाडू शकत त्या ठिकाणीला. अंडरस्टूड? ही ट्रीटी कशी असणार आहे? परमनंट असणार आहे, कंटिन्यूअस असणार आहे, याला कुठलाही एक्झिट क्लॉज नसणार आहे, कुठलीही एक्झिट डेट नसणार आहे. तर हे त्याचं एक लीगल कॅरेक्टर आहे. सो दिस इज परमनंट ॲग्रीमेंट. अनदर इम्पॉर्टंट legal framework for the Indus Water Treaty is its dispute resolution process, which we discuss right now, which includes permanent Indus Commission, neutral expert, and court of arbitration. Okay, please remember this thing: the decision taken by the court of arbitration is final. For example, in 2013, when the government of India created a Kishan Ganga dam, Kishan Ganga dam काय थोड्या वेळाने आपण ते एक्सप्लेन करणारच आहे. So when government of India created a Kishan Ganga dam or the Kishan Ganga river, which is a tributary of Jhelum, it is a hydroelectric power project. Then Pakistan raised the concern over the nature of the project. Hence Pakistan objected the whole project. Then the whole project was taken to the International Court of Justice, or the Court of Arbitration. In 2013, the Court of Arbitration allows India to continue the project while giving some guidelines regarding the project that India cannot reduce the downstream. India can have a Kishan Ganga project, but it cannot reduce the downstream flow for the Pakistan. So with the some red flags, they continued the project at that time. Another, there is no enforcement mechanism in this Indus Water Treaty. Now, what do you mean by this? No enforcement mechanism. It simply means that unless and until India and Pakistan are together in this treaty, it is going on. If they withdraw from the treaty, there is no compulsive force which can enforce the treaty. For example, right now, Government of India suspend the Indus Water Treaty. It is not terminated. It is suspended for the time being. So if India suspend the Indus Water Treaty, there is no other mechanism left with to the Pakistan to enforce this treaty. That means Pakistan cannot go to the United Nations or the World Bank or the International Court of Justice. No other place Pakistan can resort to enforce this treaty. पाकिस्तानकडे ही ट्रीटी लागू करण्यासाठी कुठल्याही प्रकारचे कुठलेही मार्ग उपलब्ध नसणार आहेत जर भारत सरकार ही ट्रीटी सस्पेंड करेल, जे की आता भारत सरकारने केलेलं आहे ना. नाउ दिस एक्सप्लेन दी नो एन्फोर्समेंट मेकॅनिझम. If India suspend or revoke the treaty, the dispute resolution process can be used. Whatever the dispute resolution process given under the treaty are useless if India revoke or suspend the treaty, which happened just now. That means there is no other way to force India to follow the treaty. Please remember this thing. Another thing is that no international court option. Pakistan is left with no international court option. Hence, we hear the threats coming from the Pakistan that in Pakistan Assembly they passed the resolution that India is creating water terrorism in Pakistan and they consider it as an act of war. They warn India regarding the Indus Water Treaty that if we block the water of the Indus River system going into the Pakistan, then they will consider this is an act of war. Why? Because there is no other option in front of the Pakistan to deal with this situation, because they cannot force India to resume the treaty, and unless India gets assurance from the Pakistan that they will not support terrorism, they will end terrorism and they will stop funding terrorism into the India, until then India is not going to listen them. India is not going to withdraw from its decision. So Pakistan is getting panic due to this action taken by the government of India, and hence we can see the Pakistan is warning India for the dire consequences of this action. Okay, so the Pakistan cannot go to the International Court of Justice, and hence Pakistan does not have any other way to deal the matter. Okay. Now, into the Indus water system, there are many projects going on which draw the attention of the media and the various agencies throughout the world and in India and Pakistan also. Correct? One of the such important project is called as Kishan Ganga hydroelectric project. Kishan Ganga hydroelectric project is also known as KHEP. What is this project? Basically, it is a hydroelectric project with the capacity of 330 megawatt electricity generation. एक जलविद्युत प्रकल्प है, hydroelectric project है, which is created on a river called as Kishan Ganga. Now, what is Kishan Ganga? So, you can see here river Kishan Ganga. This is the Kishan Ganga river. Now, this Kishan Ganga river is a tributary of Jhelum. Tributary of Jhelum. So you can see it merge with the Jhelum river here. And this is the location where government of India is created a Kishan Ganga project. You can see this is the LOC, line of control, and just close to the line of control they created the Kishan Ganga project. That means an hydroelectric project. So they have created the dam. Now the purpose of dam is to generate electricity and not the use not for the use of water for irrigation purposes. है ना. किशन गंगा प्रोजेक्ट का बरं लॉन्च केला आहे, कारण की इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन करायचं, शेतीसाठी त्या पाण्याचा वापर किंवा इंडस्ट्रीसाठी त्या पाण्याचा वापर नाही करायचा आहे. ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह क्लिअर आहे आपलं भारत सरकारचं. बट Pakistan objected the Kishan Ganga project because Pakistan is also creating the project on the same river. Now the same river Kishan Ganga is also known as Neelam. Is also known as Neelam in POK. है ना? So it is also known as Neelam in POK, which is a tributary of Jhelum river. Okay, I hope so. You are confirmed with the location and the type of the project. Now what happened? The Pakistan objected and then Pakistan take the issue to the permanent court of arbitration. That means they taken into the court of arbitration. In 2013, court ruled that India allowed to use the water for power generation. India can have a water for the power generation, but India cannot use it for their irrigation purposes. That means it cannot reduce the downstream channel at that time. So with some limitations, they allows India to use this water. Now the government of India commissioned this project in 2018. So in 2018, the project was fully completed and Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the project, and since then government of India is using this project for electricity generation. So it's a Kishan Ganga hydroelectric power project is a important project on the Indus River system. Hence, it comes under the radar. Why? Because there was a dispute under the Indus Water Treaty regarding this Kishan Ganga project. So, every student must know the location and the river over which the project is created. Another such project is called as Rutal hydroelectric project. Now you can see here is the Kishan Ganga project we just talked about, and then below the Kishan Ganga project there is the Rutal project which is on the Chenab river. So this is the location, and now this is the Chenab river. This is the Chenab river. So on the Chenab river there is a project called as Rutal project. Now what is this Rutal project? It is also hydroelectric power project with the capacity of 850 megawatt. So this is again hydroelectric project just like your Kishan Ganga, but bigger one. It is created on the Chenab river. On which river? Chenab. So you must learn these rivers also. Now Pakistan raised the concern over the dam design and the use of water, and then the issue is taken to the permanent court of arbitration. But the government of India objected the course taken by the Pakistan in this, because there is a mechanism of dispute solving, dispute resolution, that there is a first permanent commission, then there is a neutral expert, and then there is a court. Okay, so the Pakistan directly going to the court does not like by the Indian officials, hence they oppose the PCA involvement, the permanent court of arbitration involvement opposed by the government of India. Hence India boycotted the PCA but engaged with the neutral expert. That means the issue is still burning. The issue is still burning. It haven't been resolved yet. Okay, now let us hope the issue get resolved earlier. So this is another project, that is Rutal hydroelectric project. Now just like Kishan Ganga and Rutal hydroelectric project, there are certain other projects also. For example, Salal Dam project built on the Chenab river, again Chenab river, which comes in Raisi district, Jammu and Kashmir. So in Raisi district of the Jammu and Kashmir, on the Chenab river there is another project called as Salal Dam project. Now this is also burning under the Indus Water Treaty, because Pakistan have objected even this project also. Now here are the list of the projects which have objection by the Pakistan authority. So Salal Dam project built on the Chenab river in the Raisi district. Then there is another project called as Baglihar hydro power project built on the again Chenab river in the Doda district of Jammu and Kashmir. So we can see there are lots of projects on the Chenab river, another the first one was the Rutal, then the second was the Salal, then third one is the Baglihar hydroelectric project in the Jammu and Kashmir itself. Then there is another project on the Chenab, that is Pakaldul project, built on the Chenab river in the Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. So there are many projects going on the Chenab river by the government of India. Okay. Then there is another project called as Lower Kalnai project, situated on the Kalnai river in the Kishtwar and Doab district of Jammu and Kashmir. Again, the same region, Jammu and Kashmir, Lower Kalnai project. And the last project is the Kiru project, built on the Chenab river in the Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. So these projects are not too big. They are a small project compared to the previous one we learn about, that is Rutal and the Kishan Ganga project. These are the smaller one, but yet these issues are still burning under the Indus Water Treaty program. Okay. So this is Indus Water Treaty and the issues related with the Indus Water Treaty. Now, what will happen after that? So this issue cannot be solved so easily, because this time India is firm on its position. In fact, India is trying to use Indus Water Treaty to solve its dispute with the neighboring country Pakistan, since 2016 itself. After the Uri attack, government of India is trying to use the Indus Water Treaty to pressurize Pakistan and to take some stern action against the terrorism sponsored in their country. Okay, so let us see what happened into the future. Okay, so before ending session, the Gnan Jyoti Education comes up with the very beautiful batch called as Nirman. So what is this Nirman batch? Now this Nirman batch is available for those students who have just completed their 12th. For those students, Nirman batch is available in a basic foundation course, 3 years basic foundation course. What student will get into these batches? That they will get one-to-one mentorship. They will get a complete syllabus from the scratch. They will get smart notes, very efficient notes. Again, the same Nirman batch is available in a integrated mode also. That means students who after graduation wants to do a preparation for this UPSC and MPSC, they can opt for the integrated batch, where they will be prepared for prelims, mains and interview. Okay. Again, with the same features, that there will be a one-to-one mentorship, full syllabus completion, good quality notes will be provided to the students. Now these batches are available in online as well as in offline mode. If student enroll in online mode, they will be provided with the notes at their home. That means there will be home delivery of the notes also. Okay. Now these batches are available in English as well as in Marathi medium also. Okay. So for more detail, just contact us on this number, that is 788 799 2834. I will repeat this number, 788 799 2834. Just give a call on this number. You will get the necessary information regarding the batch. Thank you.